Okay, I wasn't even supposed to make this video today, you guys, but I am so overwhelmed with this success story that I'm getting ready to share with you guys. It is actually a revision and a success story tied into one, and it happened in the span of 3 days. So yes, you guys can manifest anything in 3 days or less. I've talked about it before, but I'm going to share with you more of my personal experience because this has really like switched something in me. It's really shifted a lot in me, and I really do hope that this helps you guys. So you guys, if you did not watch my video that I made, my last video that I made, you probably need to go watch that before you watch this video, because what I have been doing in that last video where I talked about really praising yourself, which is praising the I am, the awareness within you, really praising yourself, really seeing yourself as the head of your life. This is what led me to this success story and revision story that I'm getting ready to share with you. So I'll link that up above so you guys can watch that. Please go watch it actually before you watch this, because it will make so much sense. So last year, like I told you guys, I decided to become more of a conscious manifester, and I really wanted to revise certain things in my life, more specifically the relationship with my parents. And I really wanted to see myself very different, because up until then, I was really using my business that I had and a lot of the things that I created in my life. I had those things because I thought that I had something to prove. Because growing up, my parents, they never really I know my parents love me, you guys. This is not that, but I know my parents love me, but I never felt super supported or seen by them, or even the things that I like to do, the things that interest me. It seemed to me that they never really were interested in those things, and I felt as if they paid more attention to my siblings. And my parents used to tell me all the time that they never had to worry about me because they knew that I just had it. Like, I'm just overly independent, you guys. Like, my parents just assumed that I knew what I was doing, I knew what I wanted in my life, and I just never took no for an answer. So I guess they just assumed that I didn't need their congratulations or their, interest in what I was doing. And I really, really deeply wanted that. So when I built my business and done all these things, and throughout the years, even when I was in my teens, I always just wanted their approval. And when I decided to give all of that up last year, I really was like, you know what, I'm going to be more of a conscious manifester, because I had worked so hard throughout all those years in order to get that type of success. And when I got it, I was like, I don't think this is really me. And I just think I did it because I felt like I had something to prove to them, that they would actually see me in the way that I wanted them to see me as. And, learning what I know now, I realize now the only thing that does matter is the way that I see myself and my own self-concept. So when I talked about in that last video, the video that I made, my previous video talking about praising yourself, this is what really led to this revision plus this manifestation story that I'm going to tie in together. So as you guys know, if you watched that video, I talked a lot about praising yourself and really boosting yourself up and really recognizing yourself regardless of if you got your manifestations or not. And so I've gotten back to that, but this time it's more from a place of me really seeing me truly for who I am and loving on myself for who I am. And it doesn't have anything to do with anybody else, not seeking anyone's approval, not even really seeking a manifestation, just seeking me feeling good about myself. So I really dove into changing my self-concept, and it had been in the span of 3 days. And my revision story that I wanted to revise, like I said, has been my relationship with my parents, mainly my mother specifically, because my mother really took more to my siblings, but she really just didn't really, I wouldn't say that she just didn't coddle me. She didn't, reassure me. She didn't do any of that when I was younger. And she always told me, like I said, that she felt as if I did not need that, or I wasn't seeking that, but I was, I wanted that from her too. And so I decided, since I was boosting myself up and I was really working on my self-concept, I was telling myself that I've always been loved. I've always been supported. And, I would think of my parents from time to time when I would say that, or when I would rampage about it. And I'm telling you, this happened in the span of 3 days. And I've been also keeping a running tab of things that I actually wanted to get myself, such as I wanted to get a new smartwatch because my Apple Watch it just doesn't work with my phone anymore. I don't know what happened to, you know, the Apple Watches, but I said, you know what, I wanted a smartwatch, and I was like, it would be cool if they had like something in pink, like a smartwatch in pink. And so I started keeping a little tab of like little manifestations or things that I wanted to gift myself. And so I started keeping a running tab of those, and on that was a smartwatch, and I wanted some personalized jewelry. I wanted to start buying more quality jewelry, and I wanted to buy personalized jewelry, and I wanted to get some jewelry with my dog's names on it too. And then I also kept a running tab of like the fact that I wanted new lipsticks and lip liners, just a whole bunch of little things on that list that, you know, if you're a girl, you get it. Like, we keep a running tab of the things we're running out of or the things that we just want to manifest, right? So I had that list, and you know, I just set it to the side. I never really thought about the list. I was just adding as I was going, right? And so I've had that list running for quite some time. And you know, so today the crazy thing that happened is, because I've been feeling really on a high, like back to the way I was when I used to just think that I was the shit and that no one could compare to me. Like, that's how like I've been thinking in my reality, that I don't hold anyone above me in my reality. And since I've been in that state, it's just been a major shift in the way that things have been happening in my life. So today my mother actually called me, and she was like, hey, you know, go check your mailbox because I sent you something. I sent you a Christmas gift. And I was like, what? Not her sending me a Christmas gift, right? And so I like literally go to the mailbox, and she's like, call me back when you get it because I want to see you open it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I get the box, and it's a pretty big box, and I'm like, you know, okay, like, you know, I'm wondering what it is, because normally my mom, like, she would send me like socks and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, like, cool. So she was like, I just really want you to have this. Like, I really want you to have this. I want you to know that I've been thinking about you. And I'm like, okay, you know, so she's really telling me, she's expressing more, you know, that she's thinking of me and whatnot. And so I'm like, okay. And so like I opened the box, and y'all, you would not believe what was in this box, right? So the first thing that I saw was, you guys, I got a smartwatch. And not even just a smartwatch. It does everything that an Apple Watch does, but guess what color it is? It's pink. It's a pink smartwatch, you guys. It's a pink smartwatch. And I was just like shook when I saw it, and I was like, what? Like, I got a pink smartwatch. And you know, I was like, I really wanted that because I started back running. And so I'm like, but she wouldn't have known that, you know. I put that on that list, like I told you guys. And then the next thing that I seen was, guys, not one but so many lipsticks, and in the colors that, you know, I wear, like in the type of color range that I wear. And she was like, oh, I noticed that you like to wear like lipsticks, lip liners, things like that. She was like, so I got you some in the colors that I always notice that you wear. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, that's crazy. But that's not even the kicker, you guys. So, and then the last two things that she got me, you guys, was like, I got some jewelry, of course. If you guessed, I did get some jewelry. But what was so interesting about this jewelry is it could even be considered a bracelet, but she said it's an anklet as well. But you would not even believe like what's on this bracelet, you guys. I'm still shook. So she has my name and then my dog's names on here. I hope you guys can see that. She has my name and my dog's names on here. So it's my name, and then it's got Medusa and Freya, which are my huskies' names. And so you guys, like, when I seen it, I just literally like busted out crying. I took it off. I had it on my ankle, but I took it off and I put it back in the box, you guys. I was just like, I can't believe she got this for me. And then she said, well, you know, I know that your dogs mean the world to you because my dogs are literally my only family that I have here, you guys. Like, they, you know, if you know me, you know that I'm obsessed with my dogs. And, you know, so she got me that, and I was just like, wow, like, that's crazy. And not even just that, but then she also got me this as well. And then she got the box personalized, you guys. And, you know, I'll read a little bit of it, but it says, if ever there is a tomorrow when we're not together. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting choked up, but it says, to my beautiful daughter, if ever there is tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Always keep me in your heart, for you are always in mine. Y'all, when I saw that, and even the bracelet, she has like the bracelet engraved with the message too. It says, whenever you feel overwhelmed, remember whose daughter you are and straighten your crown. Y'all, when I say boo-hoo, the tears would not stop flowing, you guys. Like, I was just shook because I was like, you know, and she was just telling me like how much she admires me and admires all that I've accomplished. And, you know, it's very different than what I've heard her say to me before. Like, because she'll tell me, of course, my mom always tells me she loves me, but it's never like really super endearing. And to know my mother is to know that she's not that type of person anyway. She just, you know, she'll tell you she love you, but she's not the mushy gushy type. She's a Virgo, so she's not gonna tell you like all that sweet gushy stuff. But you guys, when I saw that, I literally could not stop crying. Like, literally could not stop crying. Like, my heart was just like, wow. Like, it was the revision was that my mother, my parents have always been proud of me. They always tell me how much they love me. They always like support me. And just to see that she's been paying attention to me, like, and she wouldn't have known about the watch or the lipsticks or the jewelry, but it was a part of the manifestation right along with the revision. But it's not because I set out the intention. It was because I changed my self-concept. It was because I started back really focusing on myself and boosting up myself, regardless of even if a manifestation showed up. The way that I see myself, the way that I look at myself, the way that I perceive my value in this world is way higher than any material thing, you guys. And so if you go back to watch that video, I explain it more in that video. But that was the first thing. The second thing I want you guys to know is when Neville Goddard talked about there's nothing to change but self. That is so true. Like, leave the world alone. Like he says, leave the world alone, leave things as they are, and change the concept of yourself. And that, like I said, that's what I've been doing. It's only taken 3 days, but she wouldn't have known about this. Like, she wouldn't have known about this. Like, it's just crazy how that happened. So it was like, of course, I got the things that I wanted to manifest. And the top things on my list were the jewelry and the watch. And you know, in my relationship with her, we just sat there and we talked for a good long time, and we were just gushing over each other about how we feel about each other. And she's telling me all the things that in my mind I wanted her to tell me. And, you know, and it seemed like it's always been that way. And it's just crazy, you guys. I had to like get on here and tell you guys, because for me, I feel like that was the biggest thing that I really wanted to change, is my relationship with my parents. And because I haven't got a chance to like really see them, like my dad, like we're working on that, but my mom, like that's the relationship that I wanted to grow closer with, was with my mom, to be more emotionally connected with my mother. And so it's been really interesting today, you guys. Just the whole day I've been so overwhelmed and emotional and just in gratitude. And it's not gratitude necessarily for the things, although I am grateful. It is gratitude for the awareness within me that is always listening to me and expressing itself through me and through others. Because if, like we say, if we are one with God, then the Father and I are one, but the Father is greater than me. But if I have the same power that God gives me, the awareness gives me the same power to change myself. And when I push out this new version of myself, everyone reflects that. And it did not take years. It did not take long. It literally took 3 days, but I got a better relationship with my mother, a revised relationship with her. And I also got some things that I've been manifesting that I told no one. I just kind of like put the stuff on the list and then I let the list go. But I saw myself different first, and therefore she sees me different, and she's different. And it's just like a completely different type of like conversation we had today. And I just had to get on here and tell you guys, because like I don't know. Life is just so interesting and so limitless, guys. We are so limitless, and I really want to help you guys understand how limitless you are. And if I could be a conduit and vulnerable enough to share my experience and the things that I wanted to revise and the things that I want, it's really helping me to help you guys through this experience. Plus, I really want you guys to subscribe, because the video that we're going to be going into, that's going to be tomorrow after this video, is going to be more about awareness, what we've been talking about. So if you haven't watched the video that I made, the last video I made, go ahead and watch that. Watch this video and then watch tomorrow's video, because we're going to keep on continuing with that conversation about awareness and I am. All right. So you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video and sharing with me. Please like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, for coaching, it's down in my description box below. Once again, thank you guys so much. Like I said, I'm so freaking overwhelmed. I'm just taken aback, but I have to make this video in the moment, all right? And I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Like I said, again, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.